Today on The Struggling Guitarist, I'm going to struggle through Money by Pink Floyd. I'll see you there. Ooh. Some time ago, Wayne Allwood, 35, requested we learn some Pink Floyd. That's a tough one. Where do we start? Do we do Wish You Were Here? Do we do Anything from the Wall? Of course, in the end, I went with the one riff I can never quite get out of my head, and that's Money, off of their Dark Side of the Moon album. It's fantastic. Let's get started. So this song is quite easy from the rhythm guitar point of view. There's very few parts to actually learn. Yes, if you get into the solo, it's nuts. There's like 68 bars of solos and whatever else. It's awesome. But for right now, we're just doing the rhythm guitar parts. The one thing I will say about this entire song in general is it has bizarre time signatures. I'm not joking here. The song starts with a 7/4, moves into a 2/4, back to a 7/4, to a 4/4, to a 6/4, back to a 7/4, and then continues on from there. So let's start with the intro and the verse. After the intro of the cash registers ringing and everything else going on, the tension building, we begin on a 7/4 time signature. For those who don't know what a 7/4 time signature is, it means that a bar is measured in quarter notes, hence the 4, and there's 7 beats, there's 7 quarter notes per bar. So instead of the usual 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. This time you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to start up here on the A string, the 5th string, 2nd fret, and we're going to play that once. I'm going to lay my finger flat here so I can mute these other strings, but if it feels better, feel free to get these 2 fingers in right there. But I am going to come in and I'm going to do the G string, 4th fret, and the D string, 4th fret. And then back to that A string, 2nd fret. Now, we're going to move up to the big E, 2nd string. We're going to play that. Then to the big E, 5th string. Scoot down 1 string to the A string, 2nd fret, followed by the 5th fret. So the way this sounds all together is, so we'll take it nice and slow. So I'd like to point out that in a lot of tabs that you can see slight differences between the intro and verse section. And what I'm talking about is they've got the marking for a quarter bend. Now, I took that for what it was. You know, a half bend is going up 1 step, 1 fret. A full bend is going up 2. So how do you go up a quarter? Well, it's just a slight bend. So for the intro, they would have you bend the 5th fret of the A string. So, and then in the verse, they would have you do it to the 5th fret of the E as well. So, however, it really doesn't matter. I talked to my teacher about this, and he basically emphasized that Roger Waters and David Gilmour were not consistent. Remember that, they're not consistent. Every performance you'll see, it's different. They never play the riff the same way twice. So to paraphrase my teacher, he said it was blues guys playing the blues in the moment. Sometimes they played it straight. Sometimes they played it with a bit of vibrato. Sometimes they did a bend. It doesn't matter. It was whatever they were feeling. So he suggested that I do the same, and I'm going to suggest on to you. The choice is up to you. Roll with it, see how you feel, and express yourself during this part. Let's move on to the next section. Now we move on to the bridge. The bridge is in 4/4 time and then moves in the 6/4 time. So for this, we'll begin on the D string of the 4th fret, and we're going to play it 3 times. Then we are going to play the A string, 4th fret, 1 time. Then we're going to go to the E string, 2nd fret, to the E string, 5th fret, down to the A string, 4th fret, down to the D string, 4th fret. On the D string, we're going to play the 3rd fret. We're going to go to the 2nd fret. We're going to move back up to the A, 2nd fret. We're going to do an open, a 3, and then the A2. Then we'll do an open A string, the 2 on the A, and the 5 on the A string. Let's do it nice and slow again. Do you see how that's working? Let's speed it up a little bit. One more time, closer to full speed. See, I messed it up. And like that, you're done with the bridge. Now the pre-solo has to be the easiest part for us to learn today. So we're going to do a 2-finger power chord here. We're going to do our index finger on the 2nd fret of the A string and our ring finger on the 4th fret of the D string. Now we're only going to aim for these 2 strings. However, if you flail around like I do, it's important to try and mute the other strings around it just so you don't hit them. So I try and push this index finger up so it's resting against the E string. And I'm trying to keep my ring finger just slightly draped over the G string here, so neither of these 2 strings ring out. We're going to play triplets. Triplets are 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. However, we're going to do this 8 times. So we're going to do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to staccato that last note. Let's also put a little bit of expression in it. We're going to start quieter and we're going to build as we go up, right? So. And like that, you're done with the pre-solo. Let's move on to the final piece of this song, the outro. Hey, what a coincidence. It's called the outro. Okay, dad joke, sorry. But what we're going to do is we're basically going to be doing the first part of the verse, the first half of the verse. You're going to start on the 2nd fret of the A string, the 4th fret of the G string, the 4th fret of the D string, back to the 2nd fret of the A string, then to the 5th fret of the A string. That's going to sound like this. And you're going to repeat that. Not only are you going to repeat that, but you're going to repeat that for 22 bars. We don't have to do that now, but let's just try it 1 or 2 more times at a faster speed. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And yes, it does end unresolved on that 5th fret. You could technically go back to that too. But that's not the way Pink Floyd did it. They did it. And just like that, you've learned the rhythm guitar parts to Money. Now, let's go ahead and put all these parts together. As before, I'm not going to bore you by playing the whole song. You can go listen to the professionals. You can go listen to Pink Floyd play it and play along with them. But in this case, you'll especially thank me for it. Now, while these riffs are amazing, they're actually played ad nauseum. I kid you not. The song looks something like this. You have the intro and verse 16 times, followed by the bridge, the verse for 10 times, the bridge, then the verse with the sax solo for 18 times through, followed by the bridge, the pre-solo 1 time, then the guitar solo, which is actually made up of 3 parts, goes for roughly 68 bars. And unless you're doing the solo, you're not doing anything here as a rhythm guitarist, I don't think. So we're going to skip that. Next, we've got the verse 10 times through, the bridge, and finally the outro for 22 times through. That's a lot. So instead, we're going to do a truncated version, something like this. And as you can see, I've shortened it quite a bit. Feel free to run the gauntlet later if you want. I highly encourage you to. Do it, do it. Yes, I know you can. Anyway, let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. I screwed up already. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks for helping me struggle through Money by Pink Floyd today. What a great song. What a great riff. Oh, I absolutely love it. As always, I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you playing along and supporting me in everything I do. And I appreciate Wayne Allwood35 for the Pink Floyd suggestion. Good call. Anyways, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on The Struggling Guitarist.